Hello and welcome to bonus rounds here over at Loading Ready Run, where we are running our pre-release decks back from the Modern Horizons 2 pre-release. So we had so much fun playing with these cards that we wanted to play with them some more, and hence we're here. On my right, your left, I have Graham Stark.
Hello.
Piloting Esper Dakon's back. How you feeling, Graham?
Better than I was at the PPR for the keen-eyed among you, and hoping that the deck draws its white sources.
All right. And on my left, your right, we have Nelson, Coach Nelly, running 4-color Arcbound Slacker. How you feeling?
Hey, what up? Third time lucky on this deck, hopefully. We've tried several iterations. It's been a tricky pool, but maybe this is the one.
All right. Well, I believe you have determined first player. And Graham has decided to play first. Both players have kept to 7.
Yeah.
Well, then I declare this battle begun.
Floodhound.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I appreciate this little water dog.
Yeah.
I've got a Thornlight Bridge. Back to you.
All right. Very awkward. I attack you with Floodhound.
It hurts. I'd lose a life point.
And I pass the turn.
Oh boy! All right. Do we want to cut this one and start from the beginning?
No, it's okay. It's okay. Let's see how it goes.
Cool. I got a mountain. Back to you.
All right. See, you don't have a turn 2 play. We're all right. Oh no!
Fine.
Attack with the dog.
18. You all heard him.
All right.
He said he wanted to play this
yet.
game. Great.
I'm not discarding yet. I kept what I thought was a fine hand, and I guess I really was very wrong. Go ahead.
How many clues does blue need to get through this match?
Yeah.
I have a Deepwood Denizen. It's a 3/2 for 3 vigilance, and it can draw cards for 6 or less mana. Back
Holy
to you.
crap. That's a good card.
Yeah, I was talking about it on the TTC we recorded yesterday about how it didn't make the cut in my first draft of the deck. But that's just how good this set is. There are many good cards. Like Blue's Clues. Are you still brave over there? Have you got a blue giant growth you're going to trick me with there?
No. I'm going to discard this Aramie, but go ahead.
Oh, no.
Graham's kind of my boss, but I would normally be talking some smack at this point in the match.
You're absolutely allowed to talk smack here. This was clearly a terrible keep.
Okay, take 3, idiot. Maybe read your cards next time. Okay. I got an extruder. Back to you.
Oh, heck. What's that thing do?
It's a 4/3 Juggernaut with Echo, so I have to pay 4 next turn if I want to keep it. But I can sacrifice an artifact and put a +1/+1 counter on any creature, on any target creature. So if you don't want to pay the Echo, you can just be like chump block and a +1/+1 counter for 4 mana.
All right.
But it combos pretty well with these artifact lands, too.
That's nice. That's good. I'll discard the Sea Drake and pass.
Okay.
And if I don't draw a land next turn, then we're going to game 2.
Okie dokie. I paid the Echo, and I'll jam for 7.
Yeah, I will take it. Oh, I should be at 17 already.
I want to ask, smack talk aside, were you tricked by like a card in your hand that looked like a land? Because that has happened to me before.
No, I was like, okay, I've got 1 mana, I've got an island, I've got the Floodhound, and I have, spoilers, I have an Ornithopter of Paradise, so I only need to get, need to draw 1 land in the first, however many turns. Who's doing life totals?
Oh, God, that was me.
Oh, good. No, I should be at
it was
18.
Nelson's at 18.
18.
Graham should be at 10.
10. Right. I have a job here to do. Also, in my defense, I was spending the last couple of minutes trying to interject that Nelson has tapped the wrong creature.
Oh, yeah. Might be. Sorry about that.
We're all distracted. We're all at our
I also, I want to let the audience know that, Graham and Cameron and Paul were all ready to go, and they had their magic card energy up half an hour ago, and I was fully late because I forgot this was happening, and I was with my kids. So thank you for waiting for me to get into this awesome match that we're playing. Back to you, Graham. Rip that land.
All right, here we go.
Land.
All right.
Yeah.
Swamp.
Nice.
Okay.
I don't have a kill spell.
Doing? What are we doing here? Let's see.
Blue has to
yeah,
jump
we're
next
just
turn,
gonna,
and then we're still in it.
We're just going to slam right into the Ornithopter. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Oh, no. I ripped a removal spell. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Do what you got to do.
Captured by the little Gax, targeting Floodhound. So, enchant creature, can't attack or block, and then when it enters support 2.
Oh, wow.
A little messed up. And then I'll go to combat for, I guess, 9.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh,
does any of this work? Because I can't win if I block. But can I win if I don't block? Probably not. But I guess let's find out. Okay, I go to 1.
okay.
Knighted Myr, go.
All right. Oh. Okay. What can I do with 4 mana? Let's see.
If it was Cam's deck, play 4 1-drops.
Yeah. Yeah, Cam's deck, the little, like, aristocrats shenanigans was ridiculous.
Like,
I
if you are
am
in
so
this
looking
position,
forward to playing it again.
Yeah, having a nested or a squirrel nest vampire or zombie or whatever, and a Starkmite Mirror here is pretty good, right?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
so
definitely.
I'm tapping everything for a Sinister Starfish and a Cabal Initiate.
Okay.
And pass.
Okay, untap. Oh, I just realized that I punted, because if you don't block, I'm supposed to sacrifice a land to win last turn. I was too enthusiastic.
Oh, there's a thing that the extruder has text.
Yeah, the extruder. I'm just realizing that now. Sorry. Or I could have played this pre-combat and then sacrificed it, but I definitely just missed the win on sacrificing one of my lands. Sorry, at home viewers. You all saw that. You saw it.
You're just playing with your food is really what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I'll attack with everybody. This can get double strike.
But the mirror can get double strike?
That's what this Myr does. Sorry, I didn't talk about it last turn. It's a 3-mana 2/2 artifact creature, and for 3 mana it can adapt 1, which means if it doesn't already have any +1/+1 counters, put 1 on it. And then it has another ability that says whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on it, it gains double strike until end of turn. So
okay. So I can't even gain enough life.
That.
Okay, because I can go to 3 with the life link off of Cabal Initiate, but instead what I'm going to do is go to game 2.
Sure.
Okay, so that was maybe not a premier Magic the Gathering play.
Do you want to do over? I'm fine with it.
Sure, let's do that. Let's just go from Cam doing the intro again.
Hello and welcome to bonus rounds here over at the Loading Ready Run Modern Horizons 2 pre-release. We enjoyed these decks so much that we decided to play some extra games with them. So that's what you're seeing right now. On my right, your left, I have Graham Stark, who is playing Esper Dakon's back. How are you feeling today, Graham?
Hello, I'm feeling better than I was at the PPR, and I'm keen to play more of this deck.
All right, and on my left, your right, I have Nelson, Coach Nelly over here, who's playing 4-bound Arcbound Slacker. Anything you want to say before the match, Nelson?
This sealed format was hard to figure out, and I'm on a different iteration every time you've seen me on camera.
Really?
Yeah, I changed my deck during the PPR. Like, I played a match, and I was like, it was like pre-release style, like continuous construction. Let's try again. What worked? What didn't work?
Maybe I should have tried my other build for today. Maybe I should have totally gone into the red-black artifact madness possibility I could have built out of the pool.
Well, only one way to find out, which is by doing the same thing. All right, I believe you have determined first player, which went to Graham, and Graham has decided to play. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Both players have a 7?
Yep.
I declare this battle begun.
Terrific. Good luck, Nelson.
Good luck, Graham. Thank you.
I'll start with an island and pass.
I have a Thorn Glint Bridge, not a Thornlight Bridge.
I will play a swamp and pass. The swamp that certain PPR viewers thought was an island because there's a lot of blue in the art.
Everyone's favorite swamp. I'm going to follow
Good
up.
swamp.
Yeah, absolutely. With a Barbed Spike. So this makes an Ornithopter token, which I will produce, and equips equips the spike to the Ornithopter, and the spike itself gives +1/+0. Back to you.
I like the barbed spike a lot.
I
Yeah,
like
this
all
is
of
very-
the equipment in this set. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is very classically
play.
like, what do you have? A knife.
Yeah, a spike. No, I will play a plains. Now I have the complete Esper. That said,
Nice.
I'm still passing the turn, but that's okay.
Oh, ooh, no 3-drop. Okay. I'll play. Yeah, this will be fine. Let's live a little. We'll put a +1/+1 counter on this Ornithopter. I'm still in the middle of building, and then we'll attack for 3. My card is called Dusk Shell Crawler. It's an insect. 2 mana 0/3, but it puts a +1/+1 counter on something when it ATBs, and all my creatures with +1/+1 counters have trample.
Ooh, cool. I take
what-
3. If
What does
you
this
don't,
look like?
check the backs of those tokens, because the tokens are double-sided.
I did,
Or
yeah,
some of the
I
tokens
did.
are double-sided. Really?
That's okay.
I'm shocked there aren't
It's
Thopters.
fine.
All right.
Is
that me?
Yeah, absolutely, it's you.
Cool.
Oh, sorry, I have a land. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, please play a land.
Rustvale Bridge.
All right. I've drawn already. I'm going to play a swamp, and I'm going to play an Aeromoeba.
Okay.
It's a 2/4 flyer, and I can discard a card to switch its power and toughness until end of turn. Go ahead.
I respect that. Me?
Yes.
Okay, this is my first time getting to do this.
Oh, I
It's
don't know what that is. I'm excited.
Chitter Spitter. So this is the only card in my pool. Well, not the only card, but one of only a few cards where I was like, well, I definitely would like to play that. And we got to see its power in Wheeler's hands? No, Jeremy's hands.
Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy White.
Chitter Spitter, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll make a squirrel immediately. And if I don't have one, I'll make one. And then you have a 2/4 flyer, so I'll just say go.
All right.
That's a boar. That's close.
I'm going to play another swamp. I'm
Oh, we do have
going
a Thopter.
to
That's hilarious.
declare attack with my Aeromoeba.
No blocks.
I'm sorry?
No blocks.
All right. I will discard a card to switch its power and toughness until end of turn. I discard this Hell Mongrel, and I
course.
pay its madness cost.
That's absolute
So
madness.
you take 4.
I lose 4 life. Putting
And
me
then
to
I will also-
16, I think.
We'll also play an
Agreed.
Ornithopter of Paradise. Go ahead.
Ooh, nice turn. Okay.
Yeah.
I will untap, and that thing's a 4/3, the Hellmongrel?
Yeah. And I can
And you can-
discard a card to give it +1/+1 till end of turn.
Okay.
It's a card with madness that enables further madness. Good old Nightmare Dog.
Well, I'll make a squirrel in response to this upkeep trigger and sacrifice it to get an
Okay.
current counter on here. And then I'll
Ah.
draw a card. And then I'll play a plains. Think about my life. Mistakes that I've made. And then I'll attack for 3 in the sky.
Yeah, I will not block.
Okay. I will cast Extruder post combat.
Ooh.
And then it's back to you.
So it doesn't have to attack every turn like other Juggernauts, but it can get real big.
Yeah, well, it helps make anybody real big. And this is my first time having the Extruder and the Dusk Shell Crawler on the table at the same time, so potential shenanigans.
I will attack with this Aeromoeba.
I'm going to not block again.
All right, I will do nothing further to it, so you'll take 2.
I take 2 damage. Sounds good.
14 all.
But I will play a further Aeromoeba
Okay.
and pass it back.
All right. I will untap, make a squirrel, sacrifice the squirrel, pay some echo. Draw.
So that squirrel is now a 3/3? The one
3/3
squirrel you do
squirrel.
have?
Yeah.
And now your Chitter Spitter is spitting out 3/3 every turn?
That's the idea, yeah. I'll play this Razor Tide Bridge.
Wow.
And
Wow.
probably want to do some swinging, I guess. I don't love how many creatures you have that can switch or get their power and toughness larger. But maybe it's fine. I don't know. I feel a little bad trading my 8-drop here for your 3-drop. But maybe it's worth clearing the ground out for the squirrels. Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. All right, I'm just going to attack with the Thopter at the Barbed Spike.
What's the power and toughness of that thing?
It's a 3/2 right now.
What am I missing on board? What does that
This.
insect do?
The insect just gives it trample, but the
Okay.
extruder can sacrifice an artifact to put a +1/+1 counter on any creature.
Oh, on any creature.
Yeah.
Wow, I've been misreading that every single time.
Okay.
Holy moly. All right.
It is a lot of mana if you want to like keep it in play.
Yeah. Wow, though. +1/+1 counter target creature. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I can't really profitably block that, so I will not block that.
Just take 3. That's fine.
Okay.
I will. And go ahead.
I have a further swamp.
Okay.
Maybe I should have held that swamp, actually.
You can take it back if you want. Throw your swamp in your hand.
I have a swamp in my hand.
Fully fine.
I attack with this Aramoeba.
No blocks.
I'm going to discard the swamp.
Sure. Your swamp is
Go
now
ahead.
a shock. Look.
Yeah,
look,
you take
look back
take
down.
4. Yeah, go ahead.
Exactly. Okay, untap. Trigger. Make a squirrel. And yep, sacrifice the squirrel immediately.
All right.
Draw. Okay. Good. Okay, let's go with attacking with the 4/4 and the 3/2. Like so.
And you have 3 artifact lands,
Yeah.
the Chitter Spitter and the Extruder and the Barbed Spike. And the Thopter itself is also an artifact. Okay,
Yeah, I can sacrifice the Thopter to put a +1/+1 counter on it.
cool.
Wasteland,
all right.
judge questions.
I will, I'll make some blocks. I will block the squirrel with the 3/3 squirrel? 4/4
4/4
squirrel.
now. 4/4 squirrel.
Okay. I'll block the 4/4 squirrel with the Hellmongrel and the
Okay.
barbed, or the Thopter rather, with the Aramoeba.
Sure, yeah, I'll float a green and then sacrifice this to make this bigger.
Okay, and well, I mean, I guess you still have chances to do stuff, but before damage, I will pay 4 mana for a slightly cost-reduced Lens Flare
Okay. Something's
to
dying.
deal 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature, in this case, the Thopter.
Yeah, that's gonna be fine. I'll just move a counter over to... I guess, how many cards do you have in hand?
2.
2?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll put it on the squirrel, so the squirrel will become 5/5 if that works, and then if you want, you can discard a card, and then we still trade.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I will discard. It's a little weird, but I'll discard this Echoing Return to give the Hellmongrel +1/+1.
Cool. So I think you take 1 from trample damage now. Because I have a 5/5 and you have a 5/4, is that right?
Yes, because anything with a counter has trample.
Because of this Dusk Shell Crawler, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I take 1.
Cool. After
right.
combat, I will cast Timeless Dragon, and then say go.
Woof. So that's the 4/4 with Eternalize? 5/5 with Eternalize.
Yeah, it's a 5/5. If you Eternalize it, it's a 4/4, because that's what Eternalize does.
5/5. That is a problem. I pass the turn then.
Okay, untap.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put Barbed Spike onto Dusk Shell Crawler.
All right.
And jam with the team. Show me what you're working
Oh
with.
boy. So that is... So Timeless Dragon's a 5/5. The Extruder is 4 power?
4/3, yeah, 4/3.
Yeah.
And then
And
this is a
the-
1/3 right now.
All right. 1, 3, 4. This is a very near thing. I'm going to double block the Timeless Dragon with the Amoebas.
Sure.
4. That's 4, you say? I'm at 10. How much mana do I really need? I've drawn my planes for the first time in this deck's miserable existence. So I'll block the Extruder with my Ornithopter.
Oh, the Extruder, okay. I'll put one of the Aquamoebas or one of the Amoebas in front, and the other one in the back, obviously, and then I'll pass.
All right, I will discard a Mist Vault Bridge to swap the power and toughness of the frontmost Amoeba.
Right. Yeah, that works. So I just trade with the front one?
Yeah.
And then I eat the Ornithopter, and you take 1?
Yes.
Great.
All right.
I'll cast Late for Dinner, targeting Timeless Dragon. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Make a food. What kind of food do you like, Timeless Dragon? Ooh, I have Evil Cake. Perhaps that would be good for you. And then, yeah, I'll say go.
Okay. Let's see here. Well, I don't really get to do that again. But maybe...
I'm sitting here trying to figure out whether Extruder has been better this game than just a 4-mana 4/4 vanilla.
I think
Like
it
me.
enables a lot of like mind games.
Yeah, it looks good next to this crawler too.
So you got Duskshell Crawler, you got the Extruder, you got Timeless Dragon. You gain 3 off that food, and you get to make a 3/3 squirrel at the end of turn. That maybe is a 4/4 if you decide to use the food for that rather than just eating it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think...
The only other time I cast Chitter Splitter on Wednesday was like when I also just already had a huge board, and like Kathleen just conceded that game the next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't had the game where it's like Chitter Splitter really does the work.
Yeah, bringing the dragon back like that was a big problem. So I'm going to just do what I was going to do anyway, which is I'm going to cast Graceful Restoration. Excuse me.
Rare amoebas back, or no?
And I'm going to bring back the other air amoeba and
Sure.
the Ornithopter of Paradise.
You got it.
And unfortunately, that's the whole turn, because I don't really think I'm safe. I mean, I can't attack because you have a 5/5, so yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I made a squirrel. Yeah, let's get in there with the team again, or go to combat. Beep beep. 44435513 or 13.
Poof. Sorry, how big is the squirrel?
The squirrel's
4/4?
a 4/4. 3 acorn counters.
Yikes. Alright, I'll block the Dusk Shell Crawler with 1 air amoeba, block the dragon with the Ornithopter, and block the extruder with this other air amoeba.
Okay, squirrel's getting through right now,
Yeah.
and you're at 9.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's one more, hey? Sure, yeah. Sack these 4 artifacts to give 4 +1/+1 counters to the unblocked squirrel.
So it's now
8/8.
8?
Yeah, and then finally I'll sack the extruder.
Yeah, alright.
All right.
All right.
Extruder. Really
On
doing
to
the
game
work.
2.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sweet.
All right. Yeah, no, those cards always give me like a brain cramp as I try to do the math around them.
Right. Yeah. It's funny. I guess Extruder heard me talking about it. I mean, I was right in front of it. But it was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm going to be worth the 8 mana, Dad. Put me in.
Yeah.
Read
just
me.
Yeah. The onboard tricks are always, pretty compelling, honestly. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's
Graham. Oh, sorry, Nelson. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, yeah, just that board reminded me, and like the situation you should have an easy enough time, I think, getting into with Extruder is like kind of similar to Onslaught block elves, and one of them is it's not a channeler, it's like a scout or something, like a 3-mana 1/2 elf that taps to give target creature +X/+X, where X is the number of elves you control.
Mhm.
Or maybe it just gives target elf +X/+X, but the same sort of thing where you just like kind of go into combat and you can pick depending on the moment. Do you pump a blocked elf or do you pump an unblocked elf? And it can kind of make combat impossible for your opponent. I apologize to this card for not remembering its name.
Graham, would you prefer to play first in game 2?
I would. Not that it helped me the first time. I was seeing if I could do a desperate swap into that other deck that I mentioned, but unfortunately I would need land, and I'd have to re-sleeve half the deck, and it's just not in the cards. Pun not intended. So yeah, I'm just going to stick with what I got going on here, and hope that the draws go a little better for me this time.
Fair enough.
All right, I'm good. I got a 7. You got a 7?
I got a 7. Good luck, Graham.
All right, yeah,
All right.
you too.
Battle.
All right, I'm going to open with Mist Vault Bridge and pass it over to you.
Awesome. I'm going to open with Thornglint Bridge and pass it back to you.
Nice. I finally get to play a Plains. I finally get to play a card that I barely got to actually show at the PPR, but that I was excited about. Priest of Fell Rites.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a 2/2, but I can tap and pay 3 life and sack it to return target creature card from my graveyard to the battlefield, only as a sorcery, and I can unearth it for 5 mana as well. And pass it back.
Really cool card. So I got 3 Breathless Knights in my pool, and trying them just to be like cool 2/2 flying lifelinks for 3 is the only version of the deck I haven't tried yet. I'll play a Rustveil Bridge, but if you have a Priest of Fell Rites, those Deathless Knights or Breathless Knights love it. I'll suspend Rift Sower after Rustveil Bridge and pass back to you. I really like the Priest. Really cool.
I interpreted your hand gesture
simple.
as passing the turn, so I've already drawn and played an island for my turn.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No,
Is
no
this all
worries.
okay? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's fine. That's totally fine. I'm going to attack you with a Priest of Fell Rites.
I take 2.
All right, and I'm going to play this Floodhound.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Take this down. Draw a card. Yeah. Let's play a mountain and a Jewel-Eyed Cobra. 3/1 Death Touch Snake. When this dies, create a treasure token. Back to you.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad. This card is not a bad little role player.
Yeah. I'm going to play a Swamp for the complete set. And I'm going to play my own Barbed Spike
Very good.
with a Thopter. I guess technically the Thopter's there. And that will be the turn.
Okay, I'll untap and cast this Rift Sower.
All right.
Draw.
Okay.
Additional mount.
I know that creatures that come off suspend always get haste, but having it on a mana elf is really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I will cast Terramorph.
Oof.
So I search my library for a basic land, put it on the battlefield, and then shuffle. And this gets exiled with Rebound. I guess I'll probably find the island. I have double white, right? Do I need double green? Oh, I have double green too, I guess. Sure. Yeah. And I'll think about my life after I shuffle this deck. Okay. Yeah, okay. It's Dusk Shell Crawler, and I'll put the +1/+1 counter on Jewel-Eyed Cobra. And then, so you have a 2/1 and a 2/2 and a 1/2, hey?
Yeah. I got the full
Yeah.
the full bunch of dudes.
Yes, various 1 and 2 drops, as they say. I'll just say go for now.
All right. I'm going to play planes. None of your stuff flies, though, does it?
No flying. This kind of looks like it might have reach, but doesn't.
Yeah, it's perched atop
Right?
the lamp post. Yeah,
It's on top of the lamppost, and it's
uh,
kind of farting into the sky
yeah.
or something.
I'm gonna get in with
I don't
my 2/1 Thopter.
I take 2.
All right, and then
I have
after
Nelson at
combat,
16.
I'll play an Aramoeba.
More flying. Very good.
Go ahead.
Okay, untap. Cast Terramorph. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, why not? It is your right as someone who has cast a spell with Rebound.
Well, I know there's a counterspell hiding in there somewhere. Although I suppose you
True,
don't-
but I only have one swamp up at the moment.
Right, but your swamp looks like a, City of Brass, so.
Looks like an island, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
It could be anything.
Yeah, it could be 2 Cities of Brass. It's fine. You've got a cheaty face island under there. I know what you're up to. I read the comments. Oh no.
Oh no!
Okay, well, these things happen sometimes. Look, you can play Magic for 20 years, and still sometimes you will just drop your deck all over the table. Okay, I think this is right. This is the one I just found, and I think I had those other 5 because I cast Terramorph and then this. I had 6 mana last turn. Let's make sure these 3 cards in my hand are correct. I believe that's right. Okay.
We're all
See,
fine here.
I kept
Everything's
7 when I
fine.
was
How
on
are
the
you?
draw. We're all fine. How are you? Exactly.
I'm just
Okay,
stepping
if
away
it's
for
turn-
5 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, if it's turn 5, I haven't drawn yet. I should have 11 cards minus these two. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. Cool. Okay, draw step. Great.
Oh, right. That was all before you even drew.
Yeah, that was my upkeep. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
believe I got all the cards back into my library. I'll play a plains for the turn. Living in the world of Ben Ulmer's.
Right. The card from Terramorph comes in untapped.
Yeah, pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
Pretty
You have so much
decent
mana.
card. I have a lot of mana, yeah. Gosh, I might even cast 2 spells here,
What? No, hang on. That's cheating.
right? Yeah, I know. Okay, I won't do it. I changed my mind.
Oh no, just one big spell.
Orchard Strider. 6/4 tree folk, make 2 foods.
Wow.
Yeah, and then... I mean, I don't know. Do I want to trade Jewel-Eyed Cobra for Priest of Fell Rights? Yeah, that's fine, actually. I'll make these foods and then I'll attack for 4.
Do I want to trade Jewel-Eyed Cobra for Priest of Fell Rights? I mean, probably.
Found the bananas. Hooray.
Yeah, I think that's all right. I'm happy with that trade.
Okay, take 2 or 3 from Trample. Sorry, 3 damage.
Oh,
from
right.
Trample.
Thanks, thing. 3 from
Industrial
Trample?
Well, because Death Touch. This has Death Touch. You still
Oh,
want to make the block?
right.
It's like the interaction
that's
between
fine.
Death Touch and Trample is kind of sweet. Yeah.
That's fine. That thing's annoying and needs to die eventually. So yeah, you're
Cool.
right.
All right, and then I'll make a treasure token and say go. Go ahead. Gold.
All right. So that tree folk, mercifully for me, does not have reach.
No, no reach.
All right, then I'm just gonna go slams in the air here,
No blocks.
and I'm gonna pitch
How
a
long?
plains to yeah, just a plains, sadly, to swap the power and toughness. You take 6,
I take 6.
All right.
and that's the turn. Go ahead.
Okay, untap.
Yeah, I've got 2 of those nightmare dogs in here somewhere.
I'm playing like this needs to be a thing that we talk about on TTC. Oh, I just realized we're having the TTC bracket right now too.
Oh yeah,
It's like
we are.
category of like creatures that look like they could have reach but don't. Like
Yeah,
it's like
but
the next
don't.
step after doesn't look like it flies, right?
yeah.
Yeah, or doesn't look like it has reach. Like looks like it might have reach, but no. Like this is a tree, a big tall tree on top of a big hill.
Yeah.
Looking out over other trees. I feel cheated.
My weird creatures just fly slightly higher.
Yeah.
If I was
well, I
a
should
flying
probably-
creature, I would simply not fly at treetop level.
Yeah, right.
Nice. All right, let's attack for 6.
I can deal with that on this occasion. I will not
Take
block.
6. Great. And
All
then
right, no
let's
block.
cast Timeless Dragon after combat.
Darn it.
Is that okay?
Well, obviously
Does it
not,
resolve?
but I can't. Yeah, I can't stop it from happening.
Okay. Okay. Back to you.
All right, end of turn. I'm going to Floodhound to make a clue,
Okay.
and I'm going to sacrifice this clue to draw a card.
Yeah. Well done.
I draw the card, and then I'm going to untap, draw for the turn. Cool. Let's. I'm gonna play Lazotep Channeler.
Well, gotta respect that.
And what if I also
Look down. Look back up. Look back down. All your cards in hand are now Savannah Lions.
I'm also going to move the Barbed Spike to my Aramoeba.
Okay. I'm gonna sneeze, maybe.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
I've been making a variety of awful noises.
The pollen hit like a new and interesting level in town today.
I'm going to attack with the Aramoeba.
Okay. And I'm at 10?
Yeah.
I'm gonna block with the Timeless Dragon.
Alright, I'm going to discard this Plains and swap its power into toughness. Which should be a trade, is what I was going to say. But I'm discarding a card, so for my Channeler, I'm going to pay 1 mana and amass 2.
So, yeah. Can we read Aramoeba and possibly we'll back up? Like, does it say it swaps its base power and toughness? Because this is a weird rule here, and I could be wrong. I've had a tough time learning this rule, but I believe the deal with exchanging power and toughness is that you then, like, everything gets exchanged. So if you have a 3/4, it becomes a 4/3, even if part of the power pump is from combat.
Oh, is this? Am I getting goozled by a layers thing here?
Yeah. So we can look it up to double check. I can hit the rules. It doesn't say base, right?
Yeah, it doesn't say base. It says discard a card, switch Aramoeba's power and toughness until end of turn. So the way that I, a pleb, would interpret that is that it becomes a 4/2, and then the barbed spike makes it a 5/2.
Right.
Meaning that attack would be not terrible.
Right.
If indeed the attack is terrible, then
maybe we'll back it up. Not make it.
I'm gonna remix the whole turn.
Sure. I'm okay with that.
I hope you at home are enjoying Nelson Checks the Comprehensive Rules.
Right. Okay, so...
It's a new segment we've just introduced into the bonus rounds.
Yeah, these are things we do. Okay, so in an old MTG Salvation post, it mentions that the power toughness switching applies afterwards in layer 7E, whereas pumping applies in layer 7C. So now I'm actually going to go into the comp rules and make sure that that sounds right. Good old interaction of continuous effects part of the rules.
This is amazing. I didn't expect to have invoked layers. No judge wants to deal with layers.
They sneak in there, you know. Oh, yeah, but every judge has to sometimes. It's okay. Okay.
This is why they pay you the big bucks.
Within layer 7 part. Here we go. Okay. 7A, characteristics defined. 7B, setting power and toughness. 7C, effects and counters that modify and power and or toughness, but don't set. So that's most things, like Giant Growth is 7C. All the pump spells we play, +1/+1 counters and stuff, happen in layer 7C. Then 7D, effects that switch are applied. Such effects takes the value of power and apply it to the creature's toughness, and take the value of creature's toughness and apply it to the power. Yeah, so then it goes on to say that, for example, a 1/3 given +0/+1 gets its power and toughness switch. Its new power and toughness is 5 or 4/1. An effect gives the creature +5/+0. Its unswitched power and toughness is 6/4. So its actual power and toughness is 4/6. This also, the other neat part about this rule is it kind of doesn't matter when during the turn things happen. It just matters, like, first you just figure out what the whole power would be without the switch. Then you figure out what the whole toughness would be without the switch, and then you do the switch. So
I'm not following any of this, by the way.
I'm sorry. Hey, you at home, wake back up. Let's rewind the turn. This Timeless Dragon is going to eat that flying manatee no matter what you do. And hit me in the comments if you're like a level 2 or 3 judge that understand, or just any judge that understands layering better than me and wants to tell me I did it wrong, because that could have happened. Okay.
Okay. I play this Lazotep Channeler.
Sounds good. You don't move the Barb Spike?
I don't think so. Well, actually...
Maybe you still do it. I don't know.
Maybe I still move the Barb Spike.
Okay. You do you. If you want to back up even further, you could tap a swamp on an island. No, I'm just kidding. It's fine.
I don't move the spike because...
Maybe you'll
it turns out that doesn't actually get any more power on the Aramoeba in a way that is useful.
if you're going to activate the ability, you want to pump its toughness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. All right. Pass.
It's so weird. Right, yeah. You've heard about judges talking about layers being complicated and difficult to understand.
Yep.
They weren't kidding. Okay, let's slam.
No slams.
To the jam. No slamming? I'm not allowed to slam? There will be no slamming?
No, you're allowed to slam.
All right.
I protest, but you're allowed to do it.
That's right. Actually, maybe this is terrible.
Oh, heck.
Nah, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna play Captured by Legax. I only have the one pacifism in the deck, and it's such a cool stuff if I wait for you to amass, and then I Captured by Legax the zombie army token. So I'm aware of that play and how cool it is, but I'm just not going to do it because I want to play this now. So I Captured by Legax on the Air Amoeba. So it can't attack or block, but it can still activate its abilities, and I get to support 2. So
Okay.
I will support my Orchard Strider and my Timeless Dragon.
Reasonable.
And then I'll cast Extruder and play another artifact land and get into the red zone.
Woof.
With
How many
these
artifacts do you have
Scaries. Well, I have these
available to you
3 tokens.
currently? Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like the Extruder itself last. So 7.
So if I fail to block either of those, I die.
Yeah, you probably need to do some blocking here. Like,
Yeah.
possible I just have lethal in the air and you need to have a trick or something. Because what, 6 plus 7 is 13, and you're
Well, I have
11,
a Thopter.
but it has trample.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Green white +1/+1 counters. Not kidding.
Good
This
lord.
format. Yeah.
Oh, they both have trample.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just super dead then. I've
Well,
only
yeah,
got
maybe you have a
6
spell.
toughness.
Okay. Yeah.
No, I don't. I super
Well,
don't.
your cards in hand
I only
can turn
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only got 6 toughness here. I can.
You can turn your cards in hand into 6 more toughness, right? If you have 3 cards. At the very least.
Yeah, actually, that's fair. I guess I pitch this plains and pay 1 and amass. And then I pitch this island and pay 1 and amass. And then I pitch this echoing return and pay 1 and amass. Now I have this 6/6, and that's exciting. But
And
I'm
that's
probably still just dead in the air, like you said.
3 swaps on the Air Amoeba?
Well,
That's 3
yeah, I
swaps
guess
in the
so.
Amoeba. Yeah.
yeah, the Amoeba was
Back to
2/4, and then it's a 4/2 and a 2/4, and it's a 4/2 again. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's a 4. Not that it matters because it can't block. It's been captured by Legax. So I block the dragon with the Thopter, and then I guess the thing's what, a 7/5 right now, the tree folk?
Yeah, 7/5.
Yeah, I'll put all these 3 in front of it.
Yeah, I'll just grab all these artifacts and throw them all into +1/+1 counters on this Timeless Dragon.
And so it's power
12.
12, and I block 1 of it. Yeah, all right. Well, there you go.
All right.
Congrats,
Holy
Extruder.
moly, Nelson.
I'm really proud of you. Way to go. Way to
Yeah.
have your moment in the sun after the PPR.
I think Extruder's
Wowee.
feelings were hurt after you said you weren't sure if you wanted to play it or just a vanilla 4/4.
Good
Yeah,
grief.
yeah, I might have hurt its feelings, so that showed me next time I fight against Extruder, it's going to come straight for my face.
Yeah.
We made it mad.
Holy crap. Cool.
So, saw it here first, folks. Sleeve up your extruders.
I don't, hot take, I don't think my deck is very good.
It's possible the Madness one's better, but I still agree. I think the sealed format's tough to parse.
Yeah,
there's
my-
just a ton
my
of
deck-
words.
Like, my pool was just pulling in several different directions, and none of them were supported by, like, the fixing that I had, and I was just like, I don't know, I guess I'll just play all the most powerful ones in one deck and hope that I can get there off of a single bridge land and an Ornithopter, which proved to not be the case for those keeping score at home.
This
But you did win a
has-
game at least with Dakon once, so it's like
That's true.
it's you have to put that on the other side, and I
Yeah.
definitely respect like just going for the most powerful things you can do in sealed. because your opponent will stumble sometimes too.
That was my thought, but
Yeah.
at least in this moment, my opponent never stumbled.
Yeah,
Good job.
yeah, thank you. The green fixing cards worked out pretty well there, I have to admit.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Bonus Rounds at the Loading Ready Run post pre-release. So I've been Cameron, and this has been Graham.
Hi.
And Nelson. And
Thanks
we
for
will
the
be back with more content hopefully soon.